Welcome to Flywithafatguy, Rants, where I contribute nothing to the internet, and that's pretty much it. So, I'm going to talk about something that really makes me angry. And to quote Zorro FPV, is this what you want? A fat guy angry? Of course you do. It's the internet. We make it work. So, the thing that pisses me off, I think, more than anything else, and this goes back to the whole toxic FPV community thing, is the technology cultist. Not to be mistaken with people who, can afford and like the new technology and like to chase the newest thing. If they can afford it, by all means, that's great. That money goes towards pushing innovation, and that's good for the hobby. The cultists, and I'm referring to them that, are different. They they're the ones who want to force that on everyone else, and in a way that's just horrifically degrading. And I think the best point is in Wizard X220 or just the 220, any of the old Wizards. I've seen multiple posts on a couple different communities where people like, I have this wizard, I need to put a XM plus in it or whatever, and can you help me figure out which ones I soldered? Is this wiring right or something? And usually there's been a response that's, step one, throw it in trash. Step two, buy a real damn drone. And even worse, that's just me being polite with simplifying that. Anyway, the thing is like, Blizzards have probably got more people in the air than any other drone. Yeah, they're a flying brick of garbage, but they fly. That's the key thing. And this hobby, the barrier to entry is incredibly high. And I think the wizard is cheap enough that if it doesn't work out, they don't feel bad blowing your money. And I think that it breaks is a good thing because it teaches you how to fix. Because a wizard will break. It'll break quickly. And but usually it'll give you enough of a taste of what FPV is. So once you get your first couple wobbly flights in, you'll know if this is something you want to keep doing or not. And if it's not, the wizard can go to someone else and get them in the hobby. Or, they can be thrown away, I guess, but I think most people would rather list it dirt cheap just to get a few bucks recuperated back. But that's the point, and I understand spending money and getting something good, but a lot of people are very new to the hobby, and people are like, oh, if you don't get the DJI high multi-$1,000 investment right away, you're just wasting your time. And no, most people don't even know what they're going to have lunch the next 2 days, let alone if they're going to enjoy this hobby. So, with this this barrier to entry being so incredibly high as it is, some people are going to have to get some cheap stuff, and they're going to try. And while things like the Emacs Tiny Hawk kits and stuff are great, sometimes, people want to do the bigger stuff. They want the 5-inch. And having the economical options there are fine. And ultimately, if you know how to wire an XM Plus to a F3 Wizard board, then either and let them know that they've soldered it correctly or how to, or, shut up. Like, really, telling them that it's garbage isn't going to make the world a better place or change their opinion about anything. It's just more mean, useless banter. And I mean, if you want to make a quirk like, step one, throw it in the garbage, hey kid, and then you tell them how to do it, okay, that's fine. It's a joke. We all make fun of machines, and if they're going to fly it, they're going to learn that too. But you're still being helpful. Like, you went the extra mile. You put your stab in there, that's fine, and then put something useful with it, as opposed to just, throw it in a dumpster fire. You wasted your money. Now go buy, and usually something retardedly expensive, like a DJI goggle controller, crossfire with, 6 different quads to back it up, and 4 million lipos, and only then can you start flying. No. Most people don't know if they're going to enjoy this hobby at first. Granted, a lot of people do, and it's a very addicting hobby. Trust me, you all know what I'm saying. But the thing is that there needs to be an entry point somewhere, and it's okay to start there. You know, if someone has, you know, less than desirable equipment or whatever, help them out. Don't be a dick about it. You want to make your jab, at least follow it up with something useful. And it's so irritating when so many people are like, how do I do this? And they get bombarded with, throw in the trash, you're stupid. Just stop. It's not necessary. It makes us look bad. It makes us spending time on the internet unenjoyable. And it doesn't help the hobby at all. Anyway, that's my rant. So, enjoy flying.